Have you ever watched an eagle? I mean, really watched one. That magnificent bird doesn't fly in a flock. You don't see a whole gang of eagles chirping on a telephone wire. No sir, an eagle flies alone, high above everything else, soaring on its own power. It has a vision that other birds just can't see from down below. Strong people are a lot like that eagle. They have the courage to stand on their own 2 feet, to chart their own course, even when nobody else understands where they're headed. They find their strength not in the crowd but in their own convictions. Being alone doesn't mean you're lonely, it means you're strong enough to handle your own journey. This world will try to pull you into the flock. It's easier to go along with what everyone else is doing, to think what everyone else is thinking. But true power, real, lasting strength, comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for, even if that means you stand by yourself. Sometimes you have to disconnect from the noise to hear your own inner voice. The eagle doesn't need applause from the sparrows, it knows its own worth. You have to learn to be your own biggest fan, your own source of validation. Don't look for the crowd to tell you you're on the right path. Look up, see that eagle, and remember that greatness often travels a solitary road. People have long memories for your mistakes, but short memories for your sacrifices. You can move mountains for someone, give them your last dollar, be there for them through thick and thin. But the moment you slip up, the one time you make a mistake, that's what they'll remember. That's the story they'll tell. It's a hard truth, but you can't let it break you. Your journey isn't for them. Your growth, your sacrifices, your silent battles, those are for you. You have to know in your heart what you've done and who you are. Stop trying to prove your worth to people who are determined to misunderstand you. Let them talk, you just keep flying. So, I'm telling you to embrace your inner eagle. Find the strength to go your own way. Be comfortable in your own skin, in your own silence. The world is full of noise, full of opinions, full of people who want to tell you how to live. But your life is your masterpiece, and you are the only artist who can paint it. Don't be afraid to fly alone. Don't be afraid to rise above the chatter and see the world from a higher perspective. Your vision is unique. Your path is your own. Your power comes from within, not from the approval of the crowd. Stand tall, spread your wings and soar. And think about how things grow in this world. When you plant a seed, does it make a big noise? Does it scream and shout as it pushes through the dirt? No. Growth is a silent process. That tiny seed works quietly, patiently, day after day, until one day a small sprout appears. And over years, that sprout can become a mighty tree, providing shade and fruit for everyone. This is how real, meaningful growth happens in your life. It's not loud, it's not flashy. It's the quiet, consistent effort you put in every single day when nobody is watching. It's the book you read instead of watching TV, the extra hour you work on your dream, the apology you make when your pride tells you not to. Now think about destruction. When a tree falls, it makes a thunderous crash. When a building is demolished, it comes down with a roar and a cloud of dust. Destruction is loud, chaotic, and fast. It gets everyone's attention. This is why negativity and gossip spread so quickly. It's easy to tear something down. It takes no talent to criticize, to destroy someone's reputation, or to break a promise. But to build something, to create a strong family, a successful business, or a good character, that takes time, patience, and a whole lot of silent, unseen work. Don't be fooled by the noise. The loudest things in the room are often the most hollow. Your personal development is your silent garden. You have to tend to it every day. You have to water it with positive thoughts and pull out the weeds of negativity. People won't see the daily effort. They won't see the moments of doubt you overcome, or the small choices you make to be a better person. All they will see, eventually, is the result. The beautiful garden you've cultivated. They'll see the peace in your spirit, the success in your life, and the strength in your character. But you'll know it didn't happen overnight. It was built in the silence, through quiet dedication and a refusal to give up. So I urge you to fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the quiet moments of growth. Don't seek applause for every little step you take. Your reward is not the clapping of the crowd, it is the person you become. Remember the seed in the tree. Creation is a quiet miracle, while destruction is a noisy spectacle. Choose to be a builder. Choose to be a gardener of your own soul. Do the work when no one is watching, and you will eventually build a life so strong and beautiful that its fruits will speak for themselves, no noise required. Patience is a superpower. In a world that wants everything yesterday, the ability to wait, to endure, to stay calm under pressure is incredibly rare. And because it's rare, it's incredibly valuable. Everybody is in a rush. Rushing to get rich, rushing to get famous, rushing to the next thing without ever really finishing the last. But good things take time. A chef can't rush a masterpiece, a farmer can't rush a harvest, and you can't rush your own success. Patience is not about doing nothing, it's the active faith that your consistent efforts will eventually pay off. It's the wisdom to understand that you can't plant a seed today and eat the fruit tomorrow. Being kind and patient doesn't just build your future, it brings you peace right now. When you're impatient, you're living in a state of anxiety. You're constantly frustrated that things aren't happening on your timeline, but when you practice patience, you learn to trust the journey. You find joy in the present moment instead of always worrying about the future. Kindness works the same way. When you help someone, when you offer a word of encouragement, you're not just lifting them up, you're lifting yourself up too. That act of giving creates a warmth inside you that no amount of money can buy. True happiness isn't found in getting, it's found in growing and giving. Wisdom is knowing when to act and when to remain silent. Sometimes the smartest move is to just be quiet and observe. Not every battle needs to be fought. Not every comment needs a response. Patience gives you the clarity to tell the difference. It allows you to step back from a heated situation and see the bigger picture. Instead of reacting emotionally, you can respond thoughtfully. This is a skill that will save you from so much trouble in life. It will protect your energy, preserve your relationships, and keep you focused on what truly matters. People who lack patience are always putting out fires, most of which they started themselves. Your habits are what separate you from the person you want to become. Success is not an act, it's a habit. Patience is a habit. Kindness is a habit. Waking up early is a habit. Reading is a habit. What you do every single day matters more than what you do once in a while. Take a look at your daily routines. Are they building you up or tearing you down? Are you practicing patience or are you constantly giving in to frustration? Start today by making one small change. Choose to be patient in one situation where you would normally get upset. That small choice, repeated over time, will build a foundation of inner peace and strength. Let's get one thing straight because a lot of people get this twisted. Forgiveness and trust are two completely different things. You can forgive someone for hurting you, but that does not mean you have to let them back into your life to do it again. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It's about letting go of the anger, the bitterness, and the desire for revenge that are poisoning your own heart. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only hurts you. Forgiveness is you deciding that you are no longer going to carry that weight. It's about setting yourself free from the prison of the past. Once you have forgiven someone, you have a decision to make about trust. Trust is not a gift, it is earned. It is built over time through consistent, reliable, and honorable actions. If someone broke your trust, it is their job to rebuild it, not your job to blindly give it back. You can forgive them and still decide that they don't deserve a place in your inner circle anymore. That's not being mean, that's being wise. It's about protecting your peace. You have to be the gatekeeper of your life. You decide who gets a key. Forgiveness opens your own cage door. It doesn't automatically open the door for them to walk back in. Protect your energy. Your time, your emotions, and your mental space are your most valuable assets. Don't waste them on people who drain you, disrespect you, or don't value you. If you spend all your time trying to fix people who don't want to be fixed, or trying to win the approval of those who will never give it, you will have nothing left for yourself. You will have nothing left for your dreams. It is better to stand alone with dignity than to stand in a crowd that makes you feel small and worthless. Walking away from a situation that is hurting you is not quitting. It is an act of profound self-respect. Ultimately, you have to respect yourself first. Respect is not something you can beg for, it's something you command by how you carry yourself. When you set boundaries, when you refuse to tolerate disrespect, when you value your own well-being, you teach others how to treat you. People will only value you as much as you value yourself. If you treat yourself like you're priceless, they'll start to see the price tag. So forgive freely for your own peace of mind, but grant trust carefully, based on proven character. And never ever be afraid to walk away from anyone or anything that threatens your self-respect. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. That's a saying as old as time, and it's as true today as it ever was. The people you surround yourself with have a powerful influence on your mindset, your habits, and your destiny. If you hang around with negative people who complain all the time, you will become a complainer. If you hang around with ambitious people who are chasing their dreams, you will become more ambitious. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so take a hard look at your circle. Are the people in it lifting you up or pulling you down? You have to be very cautious when you judge a person's character. People can put on a good show, they can say all the right things, but the real test of character is who they choose to spend their time with. If someone's closest friends are gossips, liars, or lazy people, it tells you something about their own values. Birds of a feather really do flock together. Don't just listen to what people say about themselves. Watch who they walk with, watch who they laugh with. Their circle is a mirror reflecting their true self. Make sure the people you let into your life reflect the person you want to become. Every person you meet is a teacher, if you're willing to learn. Some people teach you how to be strong, how to be kind, how to love. Others teach you what not to do. They teach you what betrayal feels like, what dishonesty looks like, what a lack of integrity does to a person's life. Don't be bitter about the hard lessons, learn from them. Every experience, good or bad, is a piece of your education. The wise student learns from everyone. Thank the good teachers for their inspiration and thank the bad teachers for the warning. Both are valuable on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. This is why positive thinking is so crucial. Your thoughts create your reality. If you constantly focus on what's wrong, you will find more things to be wrong. But if you focus on the good, on the opportunities, on the lessons, you will find more of that. Your mind is like a garden. You can either plant flowers or you can let weeds grow. It takes effort to plant the flowers of positivity, gratitude, and hope. It takes no effort at all for the weeds of fear, doubt, and negativity to take over. Guard your mind as carefully as you guard your circle of friends. Your thoughts and your friends will shape the life you live. At the end of the day, your life comes down to 2 things: your character and your contribution. All the money, all the fame, all the material things, they don't mean much if you're not a good person. Living with honesty and acting with integrity is the foundation of a life well lived. Honesty is about telling the truth to others. Integrity is about being true to yourself, even when no one is watching. It's about doing the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do. This is what earns you true respect, the kind that lasts long after you're gone. People may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. You should always be trying to become a better version of yourself. Every single day is a new opportunity to grow. Don't compare yourself to other people. Their journey is not your journey. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Did you learn something new? Were you a little kinder? Did you work a little harder on your goals? This process of continuous improvement is what life is all about. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every time you fall, you learn something. Resilience, the ability to get back up after being knocked down, is one of the most important muscles you can develop. Never forget the people who helped you in difficult times. When you were down, when you were struggling, who was there for you? Who offered a hand? Who offered a listening ear? Those are your real friends. Those are the people you treasure. In a world full of temporary connections, loyalty is gold. And just as important, be that person for someone else. Helping others, being grateful for what you have, and lifting people up is the surest path to a fulfilling life. Success is not just about what you accomplish, it's about who you lift up along the way. Your legacy is written in the lives you touch. So as you go about your day-to-day, remember these things. Be honest, be kind, live with a purpose that is bigger than yourself. Understand that your choices and your habits are carving out your destiny with every passing moment. Be like the eagle, strong, independent, and with a clear vision. Grow silently like the seed with patience and persistence. Guard your heart and your circle with wisdom. And above all, live a life of integrity, gratitude, and service. That is how you find true happiness. That is how you earn real respect. That is how you build a legacy that matters.